Back again, and welcome back to another short utility video that we're going to be implementing very small classes that we're then going to attach to our main component videos. But in this video, we're going to be creating our paginator, which is going to be a very simple small class which we're going to be implementing in our repository. So to get started, we're going to jump straight into it. To go down to our utilities directory, we're going to create a new file called paginator.php. right? It's going to be a class file, so we're going to define it as we normally do. So I'm going to define or declare, I should say, strict types equal 1, so a namespace, we're in Magma and we're in that utility directory, right? So class, it's called paginator. Now this class contains 3 properties that I'm going to list out. So the goal going to be protected properties. So it's going to be protected float, and it's going to be total pages, right? The second is going to be protected float again, and that's going to be offset. And the third and last is going to be a protected integer. So I'm going to say protected int page, right? So to create a constructor, say public function construct, and it's going to take in a number of arguments. And the first is going to be total records. Second is going to be records per page, and the third is going to be page. I'm going to cast these to, or type int them to int. That's going to be an int as well, and that's going to be a int, or a float I should say. Right, now the first thing I want to do is I want to assign total pages, and I want to do some division. So I'm going to say this total pages equal total records divide by records per page. So if you can imagine, we got, say for argument's sake, you got 125 records in your database. We're going to divide that by the records per page, which say we've got 10 records per page. So it's 125 divided by 10, that's going to equal 12.5. But we've got an issue because we've got a floating number, 12.5. Now we don't want, we want all numbers. So we're going to actually wrap this around a PHP function called ceil, and that's going to actually round our number up to the nearest integer. So I'm going to say ceil, right? And hence why I've cast this to a float, because this property to a float, because that's going to return a float value, which we're going to have to cast it back to an integer. And we're going to do that down below, right? Then I'm going to say this page equal filter var page within the argument. Then we're going to say filter validate int, right? Making sure it's an integer. Now I'm going to define the offset, and this is also going to return a floating value, which we're going to cast it back to an int. So this, and it's offset, and it's going to be equal records per page multiply by what we put in this parentheses, which is going to be this page -1, right? That's pretty much our pagination finish. That's as simple as it gets. It's a simple pagination that's going to give us a next and a previous link. So we need to return these properties as methods so we can use them out in whatever method or class we're going to be using them in. So it's going to be public function get offset, right? That's going to return an int. We're going to say return int this offset, just like that. Say public function get page, again return an int, and say return this page, just like that. And the third and last method is going to be public function. That's going to be get total pages. That's going to be an int. That's going to return int this total pages. And that's it for all the methods that we're returning from our paginator class. Now I'm going to be putting these on GitHub so you guys got an idea, like we normally do. It's going to be on GitHub updated so you can go through it and have a look and see what it's doing. Right, that's going to be it for this short video. I'm going to be making videos like these with these utility classes. Then I'm going to put cards in the main video that's going to reference these smaller videos so you can then up back and forth and watch it. It's just to save a bit of time when we're creating a bigger component, as I don't want them going into long minutes, right? So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Stay tuned. Check out the data component video because that's where we're going to be implementing these features. So stay tuned, stay blessed. Thank you.